Hey everyone, Sophia here from My Great Challenge. Welcome back to my channel and another episode in my new series, Getting Things Done Home Edition. So this is episode 2. I really don't know how many there are. It's probably 50, who knows? My to-do list for the house is huge. Listen, once you get a house or even an apartment, whether you're renting or you purchase a condo, it doesn't matter. There's always going to be things that need to be done. It's part of general home maintenance, okay? Nicks, cracks, paint jobs, scraping something there, replacing something. It's endless. It never stops, okay? And it starts from the day you move in until the day you sign off the lease or the deed to somebody else. It's nuts. It just never stops. So today you can tell, in my living room, and there's only a few jobs that need to be done in here, and I'm gonna keep them small for the purpose of time, and also because I like to keep things in categories. Like, I don't want to do a paint job and a decorative job within the same video. I want to kind of like keep it within the same mission. All right, so living room. I'm in the process of phasing out the entertainment center, you know that. Today I'm actually going to have Edward and Scott move one of the side cabinets downstairs to the basement. The other one will be moved at a later time so that I can move everything to the side and put the secretary back in place in its permanent position. Maybe permanent, we'll see. So, but that's not part of this video. There are things in the living room that need to be done. A lot of it is paint chips, cracks, just wear and tear, okay? So the one in particular is on top of the mantle. Years ago, I was doing a Christmas decor. Maybe it was a fall, who knows? And I was using those 3M stick-on hooks to hold things so that they wouldn't fall off the mantle. And one of those hooks, when I took it out, took a whole chunk of paint and plaster with it, and it's been there for years. And I don't know if you can see it, but I put a little something in front of it. Out of sight, out of mind, right? But today I'm going to address it. And since I have the plaster crack repair thing, I have a few nails that I have in the walls that I need to remove and patch. I brought in the paint so that we can paint over once it's done. And then right behind me, I have some scuffs from the 2 chairs, and I got to figure out a way to avoid that. The problem I've had with those scuff marks over there is that I can't get them off with regular sponge. So I brought in the magic eraser, and worst comes to worst, they get painted over. All right, so let's get started. It's small jobs, but they need to be done. So let's start with this one here. This is my mantle, you know, you've seen it. And I have this thing here, which doesn't really make sense. Well, it's there because of this. And yeah, so the 3M little hook thing just took out a whole portion of the paint and the plaster, so that needs to get fixed. Now, these chairs here, they keep on scraping on the wall, and they make those scuff marks right here. And I'm telling you, I can't get rid of them with regular soap and water. So we're gonna do the magic eraser on that. There's one here. And there's another one here where the chair rubs on it. So yeah, eventually the chairs are gonna be on the other side. And I'm phasing this out eventually, right? So today I'm gonna remove this one. This is gonna get all shifted, and then the secretary is gonna go over there. But on this side here, I used to have some stuff. So I have nails that need to be removed and patched. I have one here that needs to be patched, and then I'm seeing some scuff marks here. All of this needs to be repainted. There's like a weird mark here. I can tell you, now that I think of it, I know what this is. This is me vacuum the corner with the tube from the vacuum, and it scratched the wall. The color, you can't really tell because of the lighting, but it's called melted butter. This is more like its accurate color. It's called melted butter, and we really, really like it. So I pull out the supplies, and we're gonna start with this. I have painter's putty, 53. I'm not sure what the number stands for, but it's ideal for nail holes, dents, cracks in wood surfaces. Yeah, well, we're gonna use it for the wall, okay? And for the ladies who are watching, you can do these things, you know? Seriously, these are not hard jobs. Okay. Finally getting this done. Remove these. There we go. Not for anything, but it's not a bad idea to have a ongoing running list of little jobs like this that you want to do in the house. Turns out I have one here too by the front door. And I see there's a lot of scuff marks there too. One of the jobs on my list is all of the big chips like this on baseboards. Same thing along the window. You know, like, again, it's just regular wear and tear. Yeah, it's just, if you have a house, you're gonna have jobs like that you need to do. So I'm pretty much done with holes. The issue with the paint is that sometimes you can tell there's been a touch up because there's like, you know, your wall is not as clean as it was when you first painted it. Ideally, I would have to pull everything off the walls, repaint the whole room. Not gonna do that. Actually, on that subject, we were having a conversation with our neighbors the other day, and they get the entire house repainted every 5 years, all of it, the inside and the outside. And this year, they're not doing it. They're just having them do touch-up. Like, you can't do that yourself. But anyway, they're having them do touch-up because since COVID and the companies lost so much money during COVID that they almost doubled their prices to do the job that they used to do every 5 years. So they weren't having it. They're not doing it this year. But some people do that. They have the entire house repainted. What I do very often, like at least once a year, is take the flat mop and wash the walls. You know, but there is a lot of scuff marks on the walls for various reasons. I mean, one of them is that it's not a scuff defense paint, and it's also a matte, and everything shows on matte. Everything shows. So I'm seeing a lot of little areas here that could use, that could use a little bit of a paintbrush when I'm ready to paint everything. So when I come back, I'll tackle the big scuff marks over there, and maybe some of those here too, with the magic eraser. Magic eraser. This stuff is the bomb. Mr. Clean. I still don't know what they're made of. It's kind of like abrasive. You do wet it. I don't know if they have bleach in them, but anyway, they're great. So let's see if it's gonna remove this. It's removing the paint, but not the scuff mark. I know it. I think I've tried that before. Well, at least I'm cleaning it and prepping it for paint. So I spotted some right here. Oh, so these are coming off. All right. And there's a few here. This one, I don't think it's gonna come off. Oh yeah, all right. So I don't recommend that you use the magic eraser on a shiny glossy surface. You know, just like hair dye, you may want to do a test patch first. So some of them I'm able to remove, others not. That's okay. What I can't remove, I'll just paint over. Okay, so what I have to do before I do my touch-up paint here is clean my area, you know? I think the living room is due for a new coat, but for now I'm just doing the touch-up. And you're probably wondering, well, why am I not doing a new coat instead of just doing touch-up? Because that's a job on its own, okay? It's a full couple of days. I don't really have the time. I got other projects, so this will do for now. Washing your walls is not a bad idea. Now I'm gonna do my touch-up paint, and that's one of the reasons why I keep all my paint, because there's always a touch-up. And I'm telling you, you don't have to repaint the whole room, okay? If you have like, you're pressed for time, you get young kids or whatever, and it's the holidays, you get family coming over, but you got scuff mark, just do that. Just wash the wall. You know, that you want to do, because otherwise the paint is going to show as clean, and then it's going to be a clean spot on a dirty wall. You don't want that. But you can definitely just do touch-ups. And just a quick reminder, paint is lighter when it's wet. So I just need for the paint to dry. I do have some areas where I'm gonna need a second coat. This is still drying over here, but it's already looking much cleaner. So what I'm gonna do is take a small break, wait for the paint to be dried, the first coat, and then when I come back I'll do a second coat and I'll be done and finally able to leave the mantle naked with nothing hiding the little spot and scratch that off my list. This job took what? Less than an hour? I can't even tell where I painted before. You know, you do a little job like that every weekend. At the end of the year, that's 52 little jobs. They accrue. I really don't see where else. Okay, well, this wall is done. All right. And mission accomplished. Scuff marks are gone. This is still drying over there, but holes are patched, scuff marks covered. Same thing over there, it's still a little wet, and then I did find some in this area here, so I did that. But the biggest payoff is this. I finally can leave the mantle without anything hiding that little patch, and you can tell, I don't think you can, that there used to be a hole right there. So yay. And that is 2 items I can scratch off my to-do list on my artful agenda. I'm pretty happy about this. It took no effort. It's not a big job, but it makes a big difference. Again, it's the little stuff sometimes, you know. I mean, they were eyesores. And I don't have the time to repaint the whole thing. I think that when I will repaint the whole living room, it's gonna stay that same color because we really like that melted butter. But what I would like to do, and it's not on this list, it might get on next year's list, is remove the popcorn from the popcorn ceiling. The problem is that they painted it so many times. I don't know how easy it's going to be, so I may have to actually add something to it. I've seen people doing wood slats on the ceiling. I don't know if I want to do that. I'll have to see. It's probably something that needs to be sanded or scraped off, but done. Listen, I'm not just doing those videos for content, okay? I'm doing them for 2 reasons. 1, I really need to get this stuff done. And 2, I'm here to really motivate you to go room by room in your home and make a note in a planner, in a notebook, whether digital or actual planner or notebook, and make a list of everything you see that needs to get done. And start it. Start little jobs, and you don't have to stay within a room, okay? I'm gonna go all over the place because I get bored. It's, you know, I get bored. I like to tackle something as a brand new item. The next time around, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I picked this one because it was a smaller job and I have other things I need to do today. But the next time around, it may be something a little bit bigger that may require 2 days or 3 days. It will be just one video, but I'm gonna go through that list. I have 6 months to go through the list. And by the end of the year, I'm not going to say the house will look brand new, but every little thing that's been bugging me as something that's like, oh, I got to do this, is going to get done. And then I'll come up with a new list. Because, as I mentioned earlier, when you own a house or an apartment, or even if you rent, the to-do list for general maintenance never stops. It never stops. There's always something. And when you think you're done, something new comes up. So, endless. I hope you enjoyed this and you find this series motivating. If you don't want to go buy a big bucket of paint, go to your hardware store and ask them for a sample. If the job is very small, you can ask for a sample of your paint. Some people do that, and it's actually quite a lot of paint. It's enough for something like that, but I keep my big buckets. And that would be it. So, thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe right here in the corner. And hit that bell button so you get notified every time I post a new video, whether within this series or something else. And check out all the links down below for the Etsy shops, Facebook and Instagram at My Great Challenge. And if you want exclusive content and not seen on YouTube and a more intimate look at my life and family life, there's Patreon for that, and if you join Patreon, you will be supporting this channel and the Patreon. So I hope you join. I will talk to you later. Thank you for watching. Bye.